Alright, I'm making this video just for myself. Don't know if I'll upload it. This is mostly a venting video. This is going to be a venting video. Where I kind of just word vomit until I kind of feel better and then smoke some weed about it. Today is Saturday, May 20th, 2023. It is a little after 2 o'clock, almost 2:15. I'm in the middle of work, but I knew that I would make a video for my break, for the first few minutes of my break, so I switched my shirts. So I'm not in my work shirt right now while I'm making this video. So whenever the other videos will get up, I'm ahead of it, because by the time this video or the last video gets uploaded, if it gets uploaded, I'll already be well on my way into my summer trip, like across the country. So yeah, this is just for me to vent. So the other day I attempted to, and this is long story totally short, the other day I attempted to quit my job because I was not getting paid. What triggered me was the lack of communication when they changed my schedule and didn't tell me about it. But the base, like, it stemmed from me feeling like I wasn't getting paid enough. And I later found out my boss didn't actually do my new hire paperwork. It was like someone else who did my new hire paperwork. So the boss had no idea that he was underpaying me for like over a month now. I've only had like 2 paychecks there. I let the first paycheck slide. The second paycheck, I'm like, I'm gonna say something about it. So I just got like a $3 raise, and that's fine. Today is Saturday. That happened on Thursday. On Thursday, I essentially walked out. It was like an hour left of the shift. We closed at 9 o'clock. I left at like 8 o'clock, 7:45. And it was dead all fucking day because I was doing bitch work all fucking day. So I know it was slow enough to where really they didn't even really need the 2 people that I left them there with. But there was 2 of them, and they're like fully competent workers. They're superstars of that job. An hour and 15 minutes worth of work wasn't anything to be butthurt about. Well, today, just now. So that was freaking Thursday. Friday, after I got my $3 raise and I went back into work, trust me, if anyone knows anything about awkward situations, it's me. But my life is an awkward situation. Like, I'm a black woman in America. Life is awkward for me, so I'm like used to it. So yesterday, which was the day after I walked out on 2 people, those same 2 people were working the very next day. Yesterday, I said hi. I say my highs, and you know, no one said anything to me. No one mentioned anything about why I left yesterday or how they feel about it or anything. So I assumed it was just like, whatever, water under the bridge. Well, I come in today, 2 days after the fact, and the same, I'm not going to put his name on camera. Let's just call him one butthurt employee who's like 21 years old. Don't get me wrong, the guy works hard. He's, of all the people that works there, he's definitely one of the hardest workers there. I'll give him that. He has a poor attitude at times, but it's never directed towards me, so I don't really care. I apologized to him the day I walked out on the shift, and he said, hey, do what you gotta do, as if there was no problem. Well, why is it that today little butthurt McGee goes and tells another employee, this other employee that he tells is not even a manager. He's just someone who is a father, and he has a wife, and he's been there for like 20 fucking years, so he knows how to talk to employees. No one felt butthurt enough to come to me about anything. No one felt butthurt enough to even talk to the owner or anyone of like any superior, anyone of like with actual authority. They just go and gossip about people behind their back to other employees who may or may not have like a better way of handling situations. Miss me with all that bullshit. To me, it screams like fake ass bullshit. You can't stand up for yourself the day after, but you want to go and tell someone and then have them. They weren't even at the shift. The person that came to me who wasn't a manager, but he's like a father and shit, knows how to talk to people, he wasn't even working that day 2 fucking days ago. It's hearsay, probably from old butthurt McGee, bitching about how I'd let the whole fucking team down Anyway, and this is like first thing when I came in. He was just like, you know, so what happened the other day? And I told him straight out, everything's straightened out now, but I didn't feel like I was being compensated enough for my work. I don't ever want to be in a position where I feel like I'm working more than what I'm worth. And he took it personal. He said, well, the team takes it personal. You know, that's separate. If you have a problem with how much you're getting paid, that's between you and Steve, not between us. And I was like, hold on, no. To this father figure, keep in mind that this father figure guy, he's also like, younger than me. He's probably like 32. Either way, I was like, no. First of all, if I quit this job, it has nothing to do with you. I didn't say this verbatim, because I'm about to go off right now, but where the fuck does that even make any kind of sense? If someone quits a job, they're personally coming down on the employee, who has nothing to do with why that person is upset with the job. Unless it was then I'd be like, hey, you were being a dick to me the other day. I'm quitting this job because I don't like being around you, dick. No, I literally told my employees that I'm quitting my job. This job is not worth the amount of money that I'm being paid. It has nothing to do with them. And they took it personal and then held on to it for a whole fucking day and then bitched about it to someone else, who then misread or misinterpreted or however the fuck misconstrued the whole situation and came at me and tried to come down at me. And then I told him, I was like, you know, it's nothing personal. Like, I like working here. I like you. I like all the people there. I have no problem with anyone here. If I quit this job, it's all business. I wouldn't. And he was like, well, it's not fair to the rest of the team. And I'm like, you know, again, I'm going to stand on my principles. Like, if I don't feel happy in a situation, I'm going to leave. And I expect anyone to do the exact same thing. So I'm not sorry. I mean, I gave my tips to the people that night, so it should be all cease and desist, aside from the 48 hours of like, now I gotta fucking catch up with how he felt 2 fucking days ago. It's like, yeah, if you don't like your job, you don't feel good about it, I'm that example. Let me be the example. I'm quick to leave a job. I don't care if the air conditioning isn't right in there, I'm quitting a job. And I expect people to feel the same fucking way. If they decide that they want to leave the job, I'm not going to be like, oh wow, they really have a problem with me personally. I have nothing to do with why they are even working this job. If I didn't get paid, I wouldn't be here, you know. So basically, that was basically the young adult conversation I had with a grown-ass man who basically tried to talk down to me. And then, like, at the end of the conversation, it was, I'm going to stand on my principles. And, you know, the fact that you're taking it personally is really like a you problem, you know. I'm not staying at this job so that I can make you feel good, you know. I'm not doing my job well at that so that I can make you feel good. I'm doing my job because it's what they pay me to do. Simple as that. People seem to get it fucked up when they go to jobs and they expect people to be friends and be nice with them. I already know they're all talking about me. Case in point, I came in 2 days after an incident and someone who wasn't even there at the incident knows all about it. I already know they all talk about me. I don't care what you gotta do. Just be respectful. Speaking of respectful, right during that tense conversation, quote unquote tense conversation, tense for him, not for me. It was just more of a like him trying to make me feel bad about something that I chose to do. And I don't care if I chose to go and like fucking punch on trees, whatever. It's my choice, and you don't get to take away that power from me to choose to do what the fuck I want to do. I chose to walk out regardless. Hell, even if it was a personal fucking reason, you don't really have a fucking right to be like, hey, you know, you shouldn't be doing what you want to do. Anyway, while I was in the middle of that conversation, taking way too much time on this video, the old 𝘁𝗫𝗍𝗪, who was there 2 days ago during the incident and was left with one other hour of work and extra tips that day, the day that I left, I start deflecting our conversation. I start trying to ease out of the conversation and try and leave it on a good terms. So I pick up a broom immediately as I'm being reprimanded by father figure guy. I pick up a broom and I automatically start sweeping around me. Where I was standing, I stood there as I clocked in. Before I even started like working, I was being reprimanded. So like immediately I picked up a broom. Where I was standing, the fucking floor needed to be swept. Old 𝘁𝗫𝗍𝗪 turns the fucking corner, heard the whole conversation of me standing on my principles and talking to yada yada about a story that didn't even include him, Turn the fucking corner and literally in this tone and verbatim. There's gotta be other stuff that you can do right now instead of sweep. In that tone. Nigga ain't said half a word to me since the incident. Supposedly unaffected, but now he's all like he's been crying for 2 fucking days. And now the first word he says to me after I got quote unquote reprimanded by someone who's his superior. I don't have superiors. I'm my own fucking superior. I don't give a fuck who you get to talk to me. I'll tell the owner the fucking same thing. There's gotta be something else you can do other than sweep. And he said it in a tone to where, like, immediately, right after, like, immediately, before he can even finish that sentence, I was like, well, there's got to be a nicer way for you to say that. And then he said one of these. And just, like, walked away. And I was like, everyone seems really tense right now. And then old Family Guy was like, I'm not tense. I'm not tense. First off, don't give a fuck. All this whole toxic I've been trained to deal with toxic masculinity. It's like I've been training all my fucking life to deal with people like this. And I'm going in it knowing that these are NPCs, that they're all part of a program. They don't mean anything personal by me either. And I want them to know that I'm not doing anything personal either. But they are not going to be doing shit and saying shit and behaving in a certain way that is going to be abusive or disrespectful towards me, period. I don't care. Go on and fuck your job off, fuck your whole life away, do what the fuck you gotta do. But when it comes to me, you're gonna talk to me with respect, and you're not gonna try and pull it with me. You're gonna talk to me with respect, and you're not gonna abuse your privilege. You're not gonna abuse my kindness, because I'm kind. I truly am. I'll let you get the floor, say all you gotta say, and then I'll say all I gotta say. And you can agree with me or not, but that's not my point. My point is for you to just leave me the fuck alone. I came here to work, and that's what I'm doing. Anyway, I spent way too fucking long on this video. I just thought it needed to be said. It's just funny. It's just funny how I literally went into it saying, like, okay, well, Family Man's working today, and I know he's a respectable person and within this work environment. And I do appreciate the fact that he came to me. No one's actually come to me about it. No one's reprimanded me about it. Not that it needed to be reprimanded, because it was my fucking choice, because I wasn't getting paid enough. But it's all fucking squashed now, and actually I do appreciate him for talking to me. I don't appreciate the back and forth with him, and I don't appreciate old butthurt McGee telling me to find something else to do, as if he has any fucking authority over me, or he can't have a nice bone in his body. I really wish this motherfucker would have been like, I don't have to say anything nice to you. Please. If you don't like how I am, be a man and talk to me like an adult. Be a man. You're 21 years old, kid. This ain't my first rodeo. It's really not. All right, that's it.